Maize and Blue, what up though? It's your boy, T. Back in it again with another episode of Talking with T. Let's get into it. Let's get after it, man. On this channel, we talk about Detroit sports and we chase down the best version of ourselves. If that interests you, do me a favor and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It really helps this channel grow and get in the algorithm. And I really appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to rock with me, T. So let's dive right into this reaction video to the Michigan State game where Michigan dominated Michigan State on the field on Saturday. I'm going to get into a little bit about what happened after the game, my take on it, what I think is going to happen. But right now, I want to say that I don't understand what McBurrows was doing by himself in the hallway, but does not excuse anything that Michigan State players did, and they're going to get what's handed to them. So it's going to get taken care of by the commissioner of the Big Ten, like Ward Manuel said, and it's going to get taken care of by the police. It's going to get taken care of by both teams. Mel Tucker suspended those 4 players yesterday. I'm sure more things are going to come out within the next couple days, but I wanted to take a 24-hour break before I even came on camera because I was a little fired up yesterday, and I didn't want to come up here and say anything crazy about Michigan State. I do respect Michigan State as our rival. I hate them. I don't want to see them do good. I don't want to see them succeed ever, right? But it comes down to a mutual respect. That's what makes a rivalry. Like, I respect Ohio State because what they produce on the field every week, man. It makes for good football. It just sucks that emotions were running hot and things went crazy. But my take on it is, what was McBurrows doing by himself up in the tunnel with all the Michigan State players without your teammates? You're supposed to be running with your brothers. You're not supposed to be running solo. You're not your own wolf pack. You got to have your wolf pack with you, man. But anyways, doesn't excuse what they did. That was pretty crazy. I've never seen anything like that. But more information is going to come up about it. Let's talk about the game. Michigan dominated Michigan State on the field, and like Jenkins said after the game, the only points we let them have is when we were unfocused, when we let them. That's the whole thing about Michigan's defense. There's times where we're dominant, and then I feel like there's times where we lose focus and we don't. But when we are on, when we're all focused, when we're all making the plays, when we're all doing, when all the players, all 11 of the guys are doing their job, Michigan's defense is hard to move it's hard to move the ball on Michigan's defense, and that's completely true. But I will give my buddy JJ a shout out. If he's watching this video right now, he commented the other day on my YouTube video talking about the preview for it. He said, "Watch out for number 0, Keon Coleman." I was like, "Oh, we're ready," because I'm talking shit, he's talking shit, so it was fun, back and forth banter. And Keon Coleman came to play. He made some terrific catches on Jermon Green. Jermon Green was had pretty good coverage on that first ball that Keon Coleman caught, where he caught it. He mossed him. He mossed Jermon Green. And it sucks that it happened to Jermon Green because a couple of years ago when we played Michigan State, he was just getting lit up by Ricky White and Rocky Lombardi. But hey, he bounced back. The last 2 years, he's bounced back. He's been a solid corner for Michigan. He had a decent game this game. Gave up that 1 touchdown against Coleman, but Coleman seems like a beast. I didn't really know much of him because I don't watch Michigan State that much. But hey, that guy made a hell of a play, and he made a hell of a touchdown. But he did push off a little bit, but that's just me being a biased Michigan fan. Let's talk about the offense. This is something where I'm happy that us fans aren't the only ones acknowledging this. JJ McCarthy and Blake Corum are both saying, hey, we got to start finishing these drives. We got to stop settling for field goals. Field goals don't win you games. Field goals aren't going to win you championships, especially when you got to go down to Columbus this year and play Ohio State. Ohio State can score in bunches. We saw that Saturday against Penn State. They scored 28 points or 21 points in 4 minutes. That's insane. It was their defense, it was their offense, and that game was a close game to the fourth quarter. So this is going to be a brawl at the end of the year, an actual football game brawl. Not what happened in the locker room. But it's sad, going down to Columbus is going to be a brawl, but we got some games we got to take care of. Illinois is not going to be a pushover game. We got to come to play against Illinois. We got to come to play against Rutgers. We got to come to play against Nebraska before we even start thinking about Ohio State. Let's keep taking it one game at a time. Keep getting better at pushing the ball into the end zone, man. No settling for field goals, but I'll take Money Moody any day. Shout out to him for having a career-long 54-yarder field goal against Michigan State. He's just automatic. I love kickers that you don't have to bitch about, that you just know they're going to go out there and do your job, because that's what they should do their job. Kickers rattle me. Dude, you are on a football team. All you do is practice kicking field goals. There's no there's no excuses for me for you guys missing anything within 30 yards, unless it's raining, unless it's really windy out. But other than that, when it's perfect conditions and it's 30-yard chip shot, that stuff you got to make. Extra points, you got to make that. There's no excuses for kickers to miss that. That's just a little rant about kickers for me. But right now, Michigan's defense is playing really good. Offense has got to start scoring touchdowns, not field goals. And we just got to keep giving the ball to Blake Corum, man. Heisman Trophy contender. Let's see if he pulls away with it towards the end of the year. CJ Stroud is having a pretty good year, but he didn't have that good of a game against Penn State. And the thing against, we'll get into this later in the year, but look what happens when you get pressure on CJ Stroud. He panics a little bit. But it's your boy T signing out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Go Blue. Let's keep this thing rolling.